All right. We have a high right over here. Let's go ahead and make that known. All right, it's been consolidating since it opened at 6. It's taken 2 hours of consolidation. It's just basically pretty tight range, low range consolidation, keeps going down, bouncing. I'm going to show you how I would tune one of the EMAs here. So you can, what I mean by tuning is making it match the price action. Went to the wrong one, unfortunately. Here's a little trick I'm going to show y'all. That is how you tune an EMA, by the way. What does that mean? You just basically run it up or down so it matches what's going on. That'll help you have extra confirmations with the algo when you're using Quant Tower. If you'll notice, every time it basically makes an impulse wave down, you have simultaneously selling and then instantaneous buying, thus negating it. And then you have selling again right there, which was divergence, hidden bullish divergence. And you see what's happening. It's doing exactly what I mentioned. The likelihood of, testing this high earlier, I mentioned that. I was a little bit confused, but it is starting to, Delta is starting to heavily come in. So as you're looking at Quant Tower, you see the Delta, the numbers going up. Of course, you don't have to have Quant Tower. It just helps if you want to visualize the numbers. The algo is going to point it out better, and even more accurately, but it's nice to see the tables, and that's why I highly recommend Quant Tower. So basically you have consolidation. It kept going down. It made a swing low, which that was my final entry. It perfectly bottom ticked that, and then it went up and won the trade on the first one. And anyway, it went up to the VWAP, came down to the VWAP, hit the blue zone, had a nice close well into the blue zone, thus confirming bullishness. And you even had selling right here, selling there, and which was basically absorption by the buyers. You had the blue delta coming in, transition, more attempt at selling, which is nothing more than absorption. The sellers take out the bears, and rip and dip, dip and rip rather. Oh, and the oscillator started heading up. Even very mildly heading up on the lower oscillator, but the blue one turned blue and really started heading up sharply with price. As long as I see it up, and even though the incline is not anything to brag about, it's significant in terms of the fact that it's heading up and it's green and there's a little white arrow. So that is a good explanation of how you would reference and use Quant Tower with the algo. If you're wondering about how you set it up, all you do is click the magnifying glass, go down. I have the VWAP on. Time statistics. All you do is enable it, and you have buy volume, sell volume, delta, and it'll take a second to populate. And the EMAs that I have, 9, 18, 50 in an EMA cloud, and the EMA cloud is default 20 and 40, I believe, unless I've changed it. Nope, I've changed it. I tuned it to the price action. Matter of fact, it needs a little more tuning, so we're going to tune it right here. There we go. That's how you tune the EMA cloud. At the moment, it's 1732. That is your trick on how to get it really accurate and be most accurate on your cloud. And that is how you use Quant Tower. Again, delta, I turned it off, so it's going to take a second to populate on a 5-minute there. That was a 5-minute chart I was explaining. There's your key order block right there. 1,367. Had some selling, basically just token selling. Just bringing it down so this the institutional trader could just pick up more and then wipe out the shorts that think it's going to go down and hit the gap. And honestly, it for a little bit, when I saw that candle there, that is what made me think, there's a possibility it might go down to the gap and then rip, but that's not what happened. And I saw the bullish divergence, which is another reason I took the trade, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. But that's it in a nutshell. That's how you use Quant Tower in conjunction with the Algo.